Listen to the brand new season of the Voice of Survival podcast every other Friday right here on the Journey into Comics Network at journeyintocomics.com.
The following
Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
It's a Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
Journey into Comics.
Network.
Production.
We're gonna fuck the sodomites in the dick!
Warning, Podcastrophe imminent. This is Podcastrophe with Nick and Tyler. And Matt coming at you with a fistful of heritage on a podcast where anything goes and there are no safe spaces. This is Podcastrophe.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm your host, Dick. This is Podcastrophe episode 84, and I don't have any co-hosts, but I got Miranda.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yes,
Thank you for joining.
you needed me.
I needed you. You said earlier, it's like, you need me, but do you want me? I'm like, it goes further than want. It takes
know.
precedent over want,
I don't know.
because it's like a necessity.
Because you could just
necessity.
need me because you need someone to take care of you because you're too lazy, and you can need me in the wrong way.
No.
Or you could want me in the right way.
We also have Keegan here. Welcome back again.
Sup?
This is your third time on
Yep.
Podcastrophe, and it didn't take a year to get you back this time.
No.
Good to drink.
Yeah, it should be good to drink. We had a slushy like explosion
Oh, no,
before.
taste it. It's really
All right,
bitter.
I'll taste it.
Technical beer difficulties.
Yeah, it tastes good to me.
Ooh.
Yeah, it like foamed up like crazy and spilled all over the floor and
All down my hand.
all over her hand. Her hand's sticky now
Mm-hmm.
for all the wrong reasons. But anyways, Keegan, you were saying something about True Green.
Yeah, those jerks. A guy was just not obeying traffic laws on my way over here, and he was in a True Green truck, and I was like, you're a piece of shit. And he just kind of was like, I know. And I was like, this is why people fertilize their own yard
That's funny because
with Scots.
my ex Brady worked at True Green for like half a year.
It was probably him. He's probably back on the payroll there. I mean, I would guess.
We have Max Campbell.
Ooh, what's up, Max?
He says, make Keegan chug a beer. If that's something he wants to do.
All right.
All right, we're having our first beer chug.
Well,
on
I can't do a
Podcastrophe.
full one. Now that's too much pressure. Is everyone watching?
Close your eyes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
As
That's
they,
totally
Yeah.
there's
They
nothing
don't
but.
That was like a 5-second chug.
Suck
That's
it,
like
Max.
fucking pro.
That was really quick.
That's pro level right there.
I did tell him to tune in, so.
Well, awesome. He's disobeying traffic
He's a-
laws
Oh,
right
nice. Oh, yeah. He said he was going to dangerously tune in on his drive home.
now.
So,
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Max, thank you for being a Patreon and donating $50 a month to Podcastrophe. That's really,
yeah, that's really
that's
awesome.
really noble of you.
I wish. That would be super cool.
Do you have that Patreon up and running?
I do have that Patreon up and running. Feel free.
Well,
For those watching the live feed, Baxter is eating his asshole and attacking his own tail in the background. That's great.
on our workout mats.
Yep.
he's working out, doesn't he?
It's
live here?
our like super small like workout pad. It's like
We're getting there.
It's like 6 feet by 4 feet, maybe. It's just enough for the bench that's not on there right now.
I think it's perfect size for Baxter. He's getting a serious workout.
Yeah, it amazes me. His athletic ability is out of this world. I'm not even kidding. Like, he can do parkour. I haven't seen him do it in
A
this
lot of
house,
cats
though.
can.
Yeah, but he straight up does wall jumps.
I was
That's
watching
sick.
a video earlier
And he's
of
fat.
people
He's a
putting
little thick.
people putting foods in front of the cats' faces and then making this really like yuck face, and I couldn't get it to happen on
He
that.
doesn't react to anything. Like, we've tried the cucumber or pickle.
Wait,
Doesn't
I
work.
haven't tried that.
I've tried it. It didn't work. We tried throwing a slice of cheese on his face. That's the most recent trend.
Oh my god.
Didn't work.
Probably because he lives with you and you're like the meme lord, so he's not
Never
shocked.
Not. I love my cat.
Yeah, but like he's probably seen you looking at things on the internet, and he's like, "There's nothing new." So when you try things with your cat, he's just like, "It's not phasing me, brah. I've seen cheese on face. I've seen it. Your memes are stale."
Damn.
Your cat's probably like, "Show me more fat Vince Neil." By the way, can we talk about that? That is the meme of April
Absolutely.
2019.
Since
I
I went into this with
offended.
nothing. I came into this with nothing to talk about. By all means.
I've been seeing that a lot lately.
Yeah, I haven't seen it at all.
Just like people posting it on. It's mostly just you and Austin and like 2 other people. But
I haven't seen any of the Vince Neil memes.
there's no memes. It's just that video of them like
Oh,
from
really?
their last show where he's like barely choking out every third word. I've seen a few that had captions that were just made up, like they were just making up what it sounds
Very
like
nice.
he's saying. Yeah. I remember I used to have a DVD of them from 2005, and he sounded bad and out of breath.
I
And
wonder
I
if
think
I can find this.
we talked last time. We both saw them in 2009.
Yes.
And I don't remember him being terrible, but I might have just been too in the moment. But
Wow. So I'd start typing
2005 and then 2015. So he's been shit
Yeah.
for the last 10 plus years.
I started typing in Vince Neil on YouTube, and the first thing that pops up before I even finish typing Vince Neil, bad singing.
Oh yeah,
So is this one?
probably.
All right, we're going to YouTube. Ah, that's way bigger than it needs to be. Going to YouTube.
Oh, classic. His face right there kills me. He only missed 5 words right there.
Oh my god.
And then he has the backup singers to sing the tough parts.
What? What the fuck is he saying?
And then
What is this?
dude, I went and watched the actual, like, this concert because they filmed it, and, like, you can actually buy it if you want to spend money on the concert, their final concert. And, like, he sounds like that in every song. And I feel extra bad because the rest of the band is so airtight. Like, they've
Yeah.
been practicing, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I got it. I'm Vince Neil."
He's like, I've straight up wasted your time.
I think I showed my friend this year, and I think he showed one of the top comments was like, "I want my money back," and I wasn't even there. I feel really bad.
Yeah,
people there.
that was. And the caption says Vince Neil's best performance. Vince
God.
Neil's greatest eat: ham, sweet ham, smoking a brisket in the boys' room, too fat for love, same old eggs and bacon, shout at the devil dogs, too young to fall in a diabetic coma, kickstart my deep fat fryer. She's got the cooks that grill.
Oh my God.
Wild rice.
Oh God, these are great.
Grills. Doctor, I don't feel good. But wait, there's more. If you go to a concert and sit in the first 3 rows by simply pointing the mic at you, he will let you sing half the lyrics as he catches his breath. That is so good. That's the first comment.
Oh man, grills.
Looks that kill, literally. Kickstart My Heart still works as a song title.
Yeah. Kickstart my clog.
You
part.
forgot the song Piece of Your Sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's this. I want to refund it. I wasn't even there. Vince Neil is a grown up Cartman from South Park.
Oh. Yeah, a bit. Well, they're done now. The funny thing is, like, I looked at the date because I thought it just happened. That concert's from like New Year's Eve 2015. So like this DVD's been out for at
Wow.
least 2 or 3 years, and then it's suddenly just now making the rounds. People are like, "Oh, this is hot right here."
Oh man, these comments just get better. It says, "Say what y'all want. I think Melissa McCarthy did a pretty decent Vince impression there."
Jeez.
It's 2019. Vince Neil sounds like a really good Vince Neil impersonator who doesn't know the lyrics to any Cruise songs. Oh, what is this? Is this the lyrics? Oh my god.
Probably.
When I get high on cheese. Kraft macaroni is the drug for me. My heart got clogged, bypassed my heart. Always got the cops coming after me. Krispy Kreme's got glazed donuts for free. My heart got clogged, bypassed my heart. Ooh, are you ready, girls? Ooh, are you ready now?
Man.
Oh, yeah. Bypass my heart because it just got stopped.
Yeah, that's...
Oh my god. Someone like marked it at minute 2. Says Shama Hawk, never stop. Hussein, good lord. Bit 2, bit wah. What even? Oh shit, Aaron's here. What's up? I see you're not on your way from St. Louis.
Oh, Aaron Dongs in the chat house.
I always pronounce it Dangus.
I think it's Dangus. I think
Dangus? That's his actual last name.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain OE makes an A sound. I think he told me that once, but no one says it.
That's interesting.
You can just dongs.
Dongs. Yeah, that was rough to listen to.
Yeah,
that was hard.
I don't want to. You shouldn't play anymore on the show. People will quit. It's bad. But you should check out some more later if you're interested.
That was like really rough.
Yeah.
The other one's just as bad.
Oh, there's another one? Don't tell me this.
There's only 2 left.
Oh, I thought you meant of the video.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, it just
watched.
made me real. I just realized you weren't down here for the video
No.
Vince Neil not being able to sing to Motley Crue songs
anymore.
In his defense, that was 2015. I'm sure he's much worse now. That's why they called it quits.
They recently just came out with the movie The Dirt on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently it's actually pretty good.
When, there was all that talk about that Queen movie.
I liked it a lot.
And then Lords of Chaos. And then, I was just on my couch on Netflix last week, and they were like, The Dirt. And I'm like, the hell is this? You just trying to, jump in and just usurp Queen's glory?
That's just
we also
been the
have a
thing
movie
lately.
with people playing us.
That's been the thing lately.
I think,
there's all these biopics.
They should stop. They should just quit movies. Do we need this?
Again.
This
This was
I don't know.
a huge topic last time.
I haven't seen the Queen movie, so I can't judge it too hard. It looks
good.
Bohemian
it just made me
Rhapsody
uncomfortable looking. Cause
I liked it.
Do we need people playing people who are still alive? Can't we just have them interviewed, in a documentary?
I liked it a lot. I liked Bohemian Rhapsody a lot. I really still want to watch The Dirt.
I can't wait for the...
I really want to watch Lords of Chaos.
What's the one? Elton John? No, Elton John.
Oh, yeah, there's an Elton John one
Yeah.
coming
Are you
out.
serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Carter Dick Smash should make a movie about ourselves called
What?
Why Not?
Do you hear our cat running around upstairs?
Yeah.
And Baxter's down here, so he's going crazy up there. He's meowing.
Just moshing it up.
Oh, man. I mean, I guess you could probably let him down here, but...
But yeah, we're going to start filming it next week probably. It's just going to be called Why Not?
Do it in MS Paint.
Yeah. I mean, part of it, I don't want to spoil too much, but part of it's already animated.
Or you could do like an interview style, like behind the scenes or whatever, and just you guys interview, but as you're telling the stories, it cuts to MS Paint,
That'd
an
be
MS
pretty
Paint
cool.
scene.
The history of the band.
Yeah, it's we started out.
Well, when we were recording, we recorded garbage in a private studio in London. We had mountains of Coke and just tons of beer and hookers every day.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, we had half the songs written when we went in the studio. It's not a problem to just book extra time. It's not hard for us at all. Computer paid for it all.
Computer paid for it.
We just the songs just kind of come. They just come naturally when you're in that just coked up, drunk state of mind. That's how we did it. That's the magic.
Cocaine. Cocaine-fueled death metal.
Death metal.
Death metal. What else would you call yourself?
Oh, what would just pure Lafayette slime.
You heard it here first, folks. Car Dick Smash is pure Lafayette slime.
Hot dog grind.
Hot
is
dog
another term
grind.
we've used.
I like that. I like that a lot. Hot dog grind. what have you been up to, man?
Just drinking beers, doing some garage shit now that it's nice out.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was just sitting on my personal basketball court yesterday.
you have your own basketball
I have
court?
my own basketball
You
court.
talking about like a hoop in your driveway?
No, we have a straight up like concrete basketball court in the backyard.
Oh, in your backyard?
It's a
Yeah.
little slab, and then there's the basketball goal.
I think I know what it looks like, yeah. That's pretty cool. Were you shooting hoops or just hanging down?
We were hanging, eating some burgers.
Nice.
And as I was eating my burger, I started looking around. I started looking at the grass. I'm like, man, it's about time to start mowing.
Dude, it rained real hard the other night, and then like, I don't know, was that 2 nights ago or last night?
2 nights ago.
Yeah, because then yesterday when I came home from work, I was looking at my yard, and I was just like, damn right. It was so green and just awesome. I got excited.
Yeah.
I realized too, like I was gonna get one last cut in the fall, but then it like just got really cold and started snowing. I never got that one last cut, and I was looking at my yard, and I'm like, I could probably run the mower over it now if I just wanted to.
I bet Joe didn't get his last cut in either.
Yeah,
that
probably
last
not.
one in last place we lived at. He was talking about possibly mowing his yard the other day or today or something like that. I overheard it, and I'm like, you ain't gonna mow your yard. Oh shit, we got David Linder in here. Hey,
Hi.
Dave, if you want, just come on over.
Dave, ask us a question.
Ask us questions first, and then come over.
Dave,
if
take
you're
your shirt
available.
off.
Yeah, come over
At
and take
home.
your shirt
Now
off.
do it at home and just tell us about it.
No, I want Dave here. I love Dave. Dave and I had a really awesome Saturday. Dave and I.
I think I grilled some pizzas on Saturday
Nice.
at a friend's because I was like, I don't have a grill, but he does, and I'm like, dog, it's grilling weather, so I'm coming over.
And I'm grilling pizza.
We're grilling some
I
sauce.
have never grilled a pizza.
It's really cool. Also super easy.
Yeah, I've never had grilled pizza.
Yeah, I just
the
started doing it
difference?
like a year ago. It's incredible. You'll never go back. Basically, you make your dough, but then instead of putting the toppings on it and throw it in the oven, you just throw the dough on your grill for like a minute per side. Take it off, put your toppings on, throw it back on the grill.
Like fresh dough? Like you
Yeah,
made the
like
dough?
I make my own dough.
Okay.
That's how I roll. It really elevates your pizza game from like
Bread pun.
here.
You
Oh,
just made a bread
damn!
pun.
I didn't even think about that. That is how I roll and knead.
Oh,
Doesn't work as well. Yeah, but then you just finish it off on the grill, and it adds like a good, just smoky grillness to it. You know that like grill factor when you.
I wanna
that you
try
get with
this.
grilled food. It's super good.
Miranda, write this down.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it, you should definitely make
I'm-
like personal sized pizzas. I've never tried doing a full like 14-inch dough that I flipped. I think most grills probably aren't wide enough for that, anyways. But,
Ours can fit 30 hot dogs.
wow, that's like a normal grill. Hot dogs aren't that big.
Dave Linder says chug a beer. Damn it!
They should have, instead of like burners, instead of like 4-burner, 5-burner, 6-burner grill, they should just be rated in hot dogs. Like,
Yeah.
this is a 30-dog grill. Oh, if you're a real man, you'll buy the 60 hot dog grill. 60 hot dogs, 40 brats. It's
What was the other one I was looking
future.
at?
Huh?
How many hot dogs could the one I was looking at?
32.
Oh, it was only 32?
Yeah, that's why I said you only get out on one.
It was a 6-burner,
nice.
but I was like...
What
but this
brand
one-
was it?
I was like, but this one can do 32 hot dogs. What is the brand? It's like Expert Grill or something. It's not like a name brand or anything. It's something we got from Walmart.
That's probably even better.
Hopefully.
Some of the name brand ones.
I've used it 2 nights in a row, and it's been fantastic.
I mean, it's propane, right?
Yeah.
It's literally just a gas tank with a lighter, and like, you really can't.
Yeah,
mess up
I
the
mean,
grill.
you're right. You're right. I was actually looking at like all the grill accessories, and I noticed they have like a wrap thing you can put with any grill and it'll smoke. You can use it as a smoker,
Really?
or,
I think you can.
or at
Yeah.
least a smoky flavor.
I think you can also buy like a little metal. It looks like a matchbox container, but like it's bigger, and I think you can just add your wood chips to it, and just like it's a tray basically that you just set
Okay.
on the grill to turn it into a smoker.
I sent you a video to watch later. I don't know what in the hell is going on in it.
I bet if you smoked a pizza, that would be
Is this a
incredible.
video we can watch on the show?
I just want to know what the hell is going on with the bird.
Should we watch this on the show?
Sure.
What? Okay, so is there like any grossness? Okay, I don't want to watch it on the show
It's
then.
not like, what is your definition of grossness?
Let me screen this real quick.
Smoke a pizza, though? I bet that would be
What
next
the
level.
fuck is going
It's like
on here?
6 minutes of it. I don't know what is going on.
Is this what you've been paying attention to?
Yes, because I'm trying to figure out what the hell the person's doing.
That is definitely like its asshole or something.
I was getting ready to go to the comments and
Just want to see what was going on. But like, maybe I'll just check out the comments.
no to figure
Oh,
out.
it's trying to get an egg out. Of
Is
its
that
little,
an animal?
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's
a
definitely
bird,
It's
and
getting an
Oh.
egg out.
Okay, well this dude looked like he was trying to jerk off the bird.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just got an
wow.
egg out
Wow.
of its egg hole.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a bit too educational for this show, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't
That's-
want to.
yeah.
I don't want to educate people
Right.
today without Tyler.
Oh well, fuck you.
Tyler's our educator here. He's out. He's out today. He's not here. He's he bailed last second.
Hey, where'd your chair go? Didn't you have an armchair? over here?
Yeah, Tyler's got that. See, we moved the studio stuff over here, and there was just no more room for the chair.
Yeah. But I think the full flow of the basement's better this way.
I think so too. Yeah, and it was all Miranda's idea.
I mean, the battle station looks pretty tight.
Well, thank you. This is
Very-
brand new.
Yeah,
the
Miranda put
desk
it
is new?
together.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Brand new desk. It even it's got rack built.
Yeah, I
in.
was gonna say, I guess it is different.
Uh,
You can watch some serious porn at this station, can't you?
I could.
Probably more dangerous though, because now you're totally like back to the stairwell coming in.
Exposed.
It's real dangerous.
And if the neighbor decides to, look.
Oh yeah, ooh yeah. But that's your driveway, right?
No, my driveway's over there.
Oh yeah, you're in a terrible spot. You wouldn't even see her coming home. Yeah.
It's a risk I take.
Yep. Jerk dangerously. Danger Jerk may or may not be the title of our next album.
I might make
Just
it the title
banking
of this
right now.
episode. Shit.
Danger Jerk. Yeah.
Writing it down right now.
You always got to know where the exits are if you're going to be jerking, If you live with people, if you live alone, you can just leave doors open.
Danger Jerk.
How long did it take you to put this desk together?
It took
Like a
me
day?
over an hour.
I bet.
Yeah, so it was a night that I decided, okay, I'm going to stay over and I'm going to work second shift, at least until second shift's lunch.
When does that run?
So they start at 4:30. I think
PM?
yeah.
Okay.
I got done working maybe about 2:30 or 3. So they start working at 4:30. Their lunch is 8:40. So I was up from 4 a.m. and then I worked until 8:40. And then and as she said she was bored. I'm pretty sure that's what you told me.
No, you said.
No, you said you were bored.
I was bored.
I jokingly said, I jokingly said, you could always put the desk together. Ha ha ha.
But
Then she did it.
That's how you get people to do it. You just joke about
if
it.
he even knew how I was, he would have known. Shit, she probably really is gonna put that together now.
I mean,
It was a bitch because
Yeah.
that wood is heavy.
I bet. It's probably
getting
all
it in the house was a
Just made it
nightmare.
glue.
It came on a pallet.
Yeah, I get
Yep.
a knock on my door, and there's a semi out in my front. And the guy's like, is this the Tyner residence? And I was like, yeah.
No.
He goes, I have a
Wait, what do
package.
you
And
have?
I was so dumbfounded because I didn't know he was getting it. I'm like, what is it? I'm like, can you just bring it in the house? He goes, oh, no, it's on a pallet. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Damn it, Nick, did you get drunk and buy another car?
He's really done it this time.
Well, where do you want all these sex dolls?
No,
I need
wasn't
someone to sign
expecting
for
it.
them.
I wasn't expecting it anytime soon.
And
'cause-
he did not tell me.
Yeah, I ordered it like a month or so ago, and then it said, okay, it's not available, or it won't ship until like April 18th. So I'm like, okay, I
But
guess.
then it showed up like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Do I've noticed like mail carriers have just been on their shit for the last several years? Because like, yeah, anytime I buy stuff online, it's like, do you want to pay extra for like 2-day shipping? And I'm like, no. And they go, all right, expect 4 to 5 weeks, and then it's there like the following Tuesday. And I'm like, yeah, where are you shipping it from? Like, why would it ever take more than 2 weeks? It only takes that long if like after you place the order, they just go, all right, I'll box it up next week. Like, once it says shipped, it's like, it's going to be there in a few days.
Yeah.
Unless you're shipping it from
Hong Kong.
Yeah, or like
China is like the
Turkey.
worst. And back when I used eBay a lot more, I mostly used eBay for like buying shitty things like HDMI cables and shit. But I would always like look through and be like, oh man, yeah, that's a sweet price, free shipping, hell yeah. And then I look, oh, China. I'm not gonna get it for 3 months. I've seriously ordered things from China and it took 3 months to get to me.
Wow.
Yeah, like,
I one time accidentally bought a guitar on eBay. Did I tell you about that?
I almost accidentally bought a guitar. It was just one of those things where I started putting in a bid.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, fuck it.
Except I actually did.
$280. I'll bid $280. I didn't have $280 to spend. I was just like, fuck this guy.
Did you
It
win
got up there, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Did you buy it then? Did it?
No, it went past it, thankfully.
Oh. Because I saw a
They
guitar like
really
that once.
wanted that guitar.
It was in college, and I just like got on eBay, and on the front page they were like, remember that time you bought a pickup? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, here's a guitar, a full one with that same pickup. And I'm like, I don't really need it. But and then I looked at the price, and it was like $280, and I'm like, that's not that bad a price. So and it had like a week left, and I'm just like,
Man.
I'll throw a bid on that. And then days later, I'm looking at it. No one else bid on it, and I just kept staring at it, and I'm like, I wasn't ready for this. And then they're like, you just bought a guitar.
First guitar. I got my first guitar this way because, and I think I've told this story on the show before, but I was just back when I first had like a debit card and stuff, and I would just
Now the internet is yours.
I would just roam eBay.
Yeah.
And one of my two searches were Pantera and Dimebag. So because I was always looking for like Pantera shit and or Razorback guitar because I just wanted to see what people were selling. And I finally found a Razorback guitar that was just the black with the silver line on the silver outline. And that's the one I really wanted. Well, I found one and it was only like $200. I was like, whoa. What the fuck? This is a $1,200 guitar and they're selling it for $200. That's just where that was my first time like actually bidding on something.
Yeah.
I don't even think I had an eBay account yet. I had to make one and then so here's what happened. I saw it and I'm like, holy shit. I need to jump on this because I've been wanting to play guitar. So I was at my mom's. I'm like, Mom. I'll give you my allowance if you use your card to buy me this guitar on the internet. I was like, Mom, I really want to start playing guitar. This is my dream guitar, and it is fucking cheap as hell right now. Like, I will never get an opportunity like this. Can you help me out? She's like, yeah, okay. I was like, okay, I'm going to start bidding on it. It's a bidding thing. She's like, okay, well, don't go over $400. So an hour later, you're like, Mom, it's at $2,000. So pull out. So I can't. I just keep hitting next. So I bid $400. She told me, I'll give you. Did you start right at $400? I started right at $400. Amateur move. Well, it got up there. By like Monday morning, I'm sitting in class. I'm in this class. I was a senior, and I'm sitting in my first class, and it was digital photography, which we had our first assignment within it took us 2 weeks to get our first assignment, and then like a month later, after our first assignment, she just was like, I really don't care about this class. You guys just do whatever, and if I ask you to help with the yearbook, you help with the yearbook. We're like, okay. So I just mostly just fucked off on the computer that period. So this Monday morning, I'm checking eBay, like, where's it at? Oh shit! Somebody just outbid my 400. No. So I was like, okay, I won't go past 500.
Yes.
I got it for 525. I did go past 500. And
I love that. Don't go past 400. And then you're like, I won't go past 500.
And
you're
like, I had a job. I was like,
shipping.
I'll just pay her the difference.
Yeah.
I'll just pay her the difference. Paying her the difference ended up being just my tax check, which was like $50.
Nice.
But yeah, so I ended up with this guitar for $525.
Did you learn how to play Cemetery Gates on it?
I did not. I
Dude,
think I attempted Walk at the time, and I couldn't figure it out.
Oh man,
I couldn't
That's a tricky one.
I could. I can play it now, but like back then, I just could not figure out. Like other people, some people were doing like the 2 to 1 fret, the second and first fret like technique, or
yeah.
I'm like.
Actually, that one I never could get to sound just right. That's one of those weird ones that's like really easy, but when you listen to it, you're like, I'm not quite on it.
It's a trick with the tone that he has. It's it's just his tone that's acting through that mostly. But all it is just the first fret bend. You're just bending the first fret, like just really lightly and letting it go. Bend and release, bend and release. But
do you ever do you learn a lot of songs? Do you ever look up tabs online and like?
It's been a while. I haven't played guitar for a while.
You try playing them and you're just like, you just want to message a guy and be like, have you heard the song? Because like that's not it.
Oh man, it's been a while.
I've seen so many bad ones that are like,
I started
the right
using
tuning, not the right key.
I started using this website called Songster, and it is user submitted, but they're mostly right. And what it does, it's like Guitar Pro. It actually plays out the song for you, and they have different you got your guitar 1, guitar 2.
Does it play it like on their website?
Yeah,
because don't they like do that now on Ultimate Guitar? I've noticed.
Yeah,
too.
they have. I think because Songster did it, and Ultimate Guitar was like,
Guitar would have stolen it from him.
Oh yeah, Ultimate Guitar had to have been like, no, fuck you, we are the Guitar Tab site. But you got to pay for it. If I have to look
up a tab, that's usually where I go.
You got to pay for it on Ultimate Guitar.
Do you really? They always just play it on mine.
I paid once, and
I think they do have some versions that
it's like a one-time pay, and then you have it.
Everything. I don't know. Usually, honestly, I only ever look up tabs because I'm like, this is gonna sound insane, but like too lazy to open up a new tab and just YouTube the song and listen to it. Sometimes I'm like, no, hold up, it's one note, and I'll try finding it, and I'm like. Should be quicker than this. Come on, guys.
I'm better with tabs than I am watching people play a song. But
yeah, I don't ever watch someone and try to remember it. But
I know people that will watch it, pause
mostly by ear.
I can't do that.
Yeah,
I'm not that musically inclined.
It's a skill.
It really is. I'm not. I can't even say I'm good at guitar at this point. I've been playing guitar 11 years now.
Damn.
And I can barely show anything for it. But that just goes to show you like the effort I put into it, all 30% of it. But it yeah. I tried learning Walk. My friend Becca, she liked to play Hysteria by Def Leppard a lot. So I would play that.
I used to know that too. It's a big Def Leppard
later on, I tried learning Lamb of God. I think the first 2 songs I tried learning were Walk and Omerta by Lamb of God. And then I didn't know how to alternate pick.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know how to or yeah.
That took forever.
So I would when I was doing Omerta, dun 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 dun. I was all down pick.
Who's that? Lamb of God?
Yeah. Baxter is just
he was ear flipping my arm.
So comfortable right now. He's in that stance where he's just rolled up. His body is circular.
Ultimate cat mode.
I mean, he's not loafing, but he's got his back paws are something he can rest his head on, along with his front paws. Like his back and front paws are one. He's almost like
Ultimate cat.
He's like a Nautilus, but a cat.
Oh, Catalyst. Yeah.
Catalyst. He is a
Catalyst.
catalyst.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, when I first started playing guitar, I was playing like with my fingers, like classical grandpa guitar, nylon string,
Oh yes,
For
the
like-
grandpa's guitars.
for like 3 or 4 years, and then I started learning how to play electric with a pick, and it was like so weird because I had to relearn guitar. I was like, this thing is stupid. Who would ever use this? And now it's like, who would use their fingers? A caveman?
That is one
I can
thing
play
I would,
so much faster with a
right.
pick.
That is one thing I'd love to learn is finger picking.
I want to get
and
back into it,
acoustic.
get another nylon string, just shred some classical stuff.
I need to get my acoustic from Ethan.
Yeah, what the fuck, Ethan?
Yeah, my buddy Ethan. I let him borrow it forever ago, and then I just never got it back because I was like, I'm never gonna play that guitar. So, Ethan, just keep it. And every now and then he'll send me a snap. Us on Snapchat, he'll send me a snap, and it'll like my guitar will be in the background. He's like, "Look at that ugly piece of shit," and I'm like, "It's not even that ugly."
So let's talk movies. Let's talk
some movies. Yeah.
let's talk about how movies should end. I think they should just stop making movies. That's my side of the argument.
The
So
reason
let's
I
hear yours.
invited you was simply
Yeah,
because
I forgot we had a topic.
we got into the discussion the other night at the Quaff On Tap Takeover because I started talking to you about how they're making a new they're already making a new Terminator movie.
I honestly, you know how like sometimes on the internet you'll see people make trailers for a movie and it's like it's a made up one.
Yeah.
Like I remember years ago there was a fan fiction makeup trailer for Titanic 2.
Oh my god!
And like they made it seem that like Leo got unfrozen and then like he saw Rose had just died in real life, and I was so into it. I was like, oh my god, they're actually doing this, and I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. But I thought it was honestly real, and then I had to like read the comments and search the internet, and people were like, that's not happening. It was so believable.
Man,
But yeah, I saw the Terminator 5 or whatever trailer, and I was like, get out of here.
I can't even remember what it's called right now.
Probably Judgment Day 2 or
Dark.
something.
It is a direct sequel to T2.
Didn't they make Terminator 3?
This is a direct sequel to T2, ignoring all of the other movies, and this is also directed by...
how many other movies are there that came out after 2?
Okay,
So like this is a sequel to 2, but like what number is this in the actual
it's not in the
chronological
it's
Earth years?
So the
fifth
way
one?
this is being handled by James Cameron, the director of T2.
Oh, is that who did
Yeah.
Terminator 2?
Yeah. So
well.
I'm pretty sure he did the first one too, but I'm also pretty sure he only did the second one. It's up in the air. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. I used to know, but so James Cameron has gone on record saying, "Hey, this is a direct sequel to Terminator 2: Judgment Day." However,
Internet
you
points.
can think of all of the other movies as either a bad dream or alternate timelines.
Oh my god, I can't keep these timelines straight.
This it features the original Sarah Connor.
Oh, the actress who played her.
Yeah, I can't Linda something. I can't remember right now. So yeah, it's a direct sequel to T2, and James Cameron. Tim Miller is directing it. So that's.
Wait, what's James Cameron doing then?
I think he's mostly. I think he either wrote it or he's very
No.
hands on with it.
So
I
someone
can't
else
remember what his exact role in this is, but
You know what? As much as I love it, I blame Star Wars for these weird alternate timelines that all movies are just globbing onto now. They're like,
Why?
oh, this follows a different because like it used to just go 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
and then Star Wars
yeah,
was like
yeah.
they made one, and then they were like, well, people like it, we'll make the next one, but it's 5 because actually there's going to be a 1, 2, 3 later if I feel like it, and then everyone's like, you can do that, and then now they're just,
Well,
and then it's like the Legend of Zelda. All those games are like not really in order, but then
Yeah.
eventually there's like some fan universe order? Because I'm pretty certain Nintendo just never gave it a thought. And then people were like, what order is it? And they were like, it's a new story. And then they were like, all right, so it starts at 4, and then it goes to 8, and then it goes to 2,
Fans
and then
are like,
6, 7,
what does
9.
that mean?
The newest one was 1. So the next one's 12.
Fans are just like, what does that mean,
Yeah.
Nintendo? A new story. Like, where does the story fall? And Nintendo's like, dude, we're just making new stories. And
Right.
Fans are like, no.
It has to be in order.
Where does it go?
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. People are dumb, and now that they have the internet, everyone has to get on and be like, you can't just make a movie. It has to fit in the universe. And people are like, it's a new movie. It's a new story. It doesn't matter. And they're like, it has to. And
So
now that's why they're making Terminator 2. It's Judgment Day 2. Forget 3 and 4. They didn't happen. Now it goes Terminator 2, Terminator 2 again.
Yeah, there are 3 Terminator movies after Terminator 2 Judgment
So this
Day.
is like Terminator 6, 2, Part 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they've made.
So
You're saying they've made 5 Terminator movies.
You
total.
got Terminator. You got Terminator 2 Judgment Day. You got Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. Then you got Terminator, not 4, but Terminator Salvation.
See, that's what I'm, like. It's 4, and they're like,
There's
no,
4.
it's Salvation, and you're like, well, what does that mean? It's the 4th one, right?
That's what Salvation means.
This is
obviously.
also like I think we were saying the other day. It's the fault of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater just ditching the Pro Skater suffix and being like, this next one will be called Underground.
But that's the best choice they could have ever made because Tony Hawk Underground is amazing.
It is the best, but wouldn't it have still been just as great if they just called it THPS 5?
No.
Why not? It would have been awesome.
Because it's underground.
But didn't they just make a Pro Skater 5 like last year?
Yeah, probably.
I heard it was not good, but like after making 8
last
non-numbered
Tony Hawk
ones,
game
they're
that
like,
they
oh,
made
the
was
next
just-
one will be called 5. I think another thing to blame is the year 2000. Because when 2000 happened, everything had to officially jump into the future because they're like, this isn't the 1900s anymore. It's the year 2000.
Y2K.
Yeah, everything had to have a cool, sexy name to it. They're like, this is now...
Marketing, man.
It's like you had, they had like Windows 95 and 98. Then they're
Then
like,
it's-
no, now it's XP.
No, Millennium came first.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
See,
you-
there
you
you
forgot
go.
about
I didn't even know that.
Millennium.
We had
How about
95 and then jumped straight into XP.
What operating system is computer?
He's actually a Vista, my laptop.
Nice.
So I got an 09, and that's what was hot and fresh back then.
Yeah, that's when I got my first laptop. and
Also, I still don't get, people hate Vista, but,
I had no issue with Vista.
Yeah, I don't
thought
ever
it
notice.
looked beautiful.
yeah, I kind of like, when I fire up the old laptop for a show, I'm always like, Vista was so great.
It had like a really cool design and look to it, honestly.
Yeah.
And then 7 came, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, and see, in Windows, what are they doing? They're like, we got, I don't know what the first one was called, but then I just know there was 95, probably because 1995, and then
Yeah.
98, Windows Millennium, XP, and then it's like, I don't know, Vista 7. And they're like, now we're just going to number them. And then didn't they go 7, 8, 10? Was there a Windows 9?
There was never a Windows 9. It went
what
to
is this?
8, and then 8.1 or something like that, and then never went to actual...
Guys, just, come on. We already have numbers well established. Let's just stick to it.
I am certain. I'm looking up the list. So, version history, we have Windows. Oh shit! So it started out Windows 1, 2, and 2.1x. Then it went to 3. And then it went to 3. Okay.
Now, Minesweeper on Vista kind of sucked because I think that's when they started adding the animations that slowed down your
oh
times.
no!
That's why the true pros always use the XP version because it was quicker. You could really sweep those mines, set some serious scores.
All right, OS history. We're really gonna get into this. All right, so maybe we can find this. This is so fucked. Okay, it's not giving me what I want, but I'm pretty sure I went 1, 2, and then eventually it got to 95. Went from 95 to 98 to Millennium, which was 2000, obviously. And then it went to XP in 2003. XP was awesome.
Yeah, XP was pretty cool.
And then we
That was
got...
our first flat screen computer. This is like I was thinking too the other day. This is like just giving these dumb, sexy names to things. It's like I was thinking the other night. What is a millennial? Like, what even is that? Can't we just like every generation now? People just feel the need to give it a name. Like, why don't we just say like the decade you were born? Like, people born in the 80s or 90s or aughts or the 10s.
You got disconnected at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
We not
it
live
ended.
anymore?
Yeah, we're still live.
now. But
We're
you got
still alive.
Good. Things are just getting good.
Okay.
because
Oh, shit. Don't forget Windows 3.1.
no, see, it started over because you got a brand new comment. It says right here, Podcastrophe was live 46 minutes ago, and Podcastrophe is live now 5 minutes
Oh,
ago.
man, what is going on?
They didn't
We're
miss
live.
much.
But yeah,
But yeah, like, why do we need to give names? Like, I feel like I've looked up millennial multiple times, and it ranges from like,
It starts in the 80s. It's
yeah, like I the
83.
earliest I read 1980 to 2010, and I'm like, dude, if you're like 40 today, no, you're not a millennial. You're like, you could pretty much be my dad almost.
I'm pretty sure it goes from 83 to like 98 or something. Or no,
is any of that?
It's like 83. It's before 97.
Like when I first heard that
I
term in
I'm looking
2016
it
or
up right
whatever,
Oh, you're looking it up?
or 2015 when they coined it, I just assumed that was like small kids today who were born in 2000.
Yeah, same
the
here.
millennium.
That,
I'm
that
like,
would make sense.
right, or like 00 to 09.
No,
I was
that's
like, yeah,
Generation Y.
right. They're like, nope, millennials were born in the 80s and 90s, and I'm like, what happened to 90s kids? Are we just gonna forget that they
That's-
existed?
Look, 90s kids is something we made up.
Is it though? I mean, like,
It is.
Weren't there kids in the 90s? Were there just no children between 1990 and 99?
anyone born between 1981 and 1996,
Okay.
ages 23 to
What's-
38 in 2019 is considered a millennial.
So the next generation, Generation Y, that's
Or the true millennials? Because they were born in the
Generation Z.
new
or
millennium.
Generation Z. I guess millennial is whoa. Wait a
'Cause,
minute.
like, and then
so they went from Gen X to Gen Z. What the fuck?
what did that start at? 83.
Where's Gen?
81.
Where's Gen Y?
But that is such a to
Gen
go.
Y is 1980 to 1994.
What the fuck? How can there be two generations at the same time?
Also,
Generation
why there's
Z,
always it's not like there's always a new generation where everyone just goes, all right, guys, baby time, and then like they just make a new like people are having kids nonstop. How do you just be
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
this is it's again, it's the fault of those goddamn baby boomers.
Z.
Because like, wasn't that the time where there was an influx of babies, so they named it, and then after that, they're
Yeah,
like,
there's
well, we
like
got to come up with a new name.
There's the baby boomers. You got.
But like ever since then, I feel like people are just trying to name generations because they hit it out of the park that time.
yeah, it's weird.
Like people born in the mid '80s, though, they probably did. Like if you were born in '81, you probably weren't reading Harry Potter and playing Pokemon Red version. You know, like that's two totally different generations right there. But according to that, it's the same.
Yeah, I mean, we're
That's why
we're
that's why I
millennials,
say,
man.
Just stick to the number. '90s kids.
I
80s
agree.
kids.
I absolutely agree. For the longest time, I thought I was part of Generation X because, like, I was born in the '90s, and I thought
Yeah.
that was like the extreme.
I was
The
online
extreme
like, yeah,
decade.
these millennials are idiots. And then I looked online and I'm like, what?
Fuck!
That's not,
I'm
no,
an
damn it.
idiot. Shit!
Oh, I suck. I ruined the economy? Damn it. I thought it was those children.
Yeah, like it's the generational thing is just the weirdest fucking thing. I don't get it.
It's just
I mean-
it's just internet pressure. People see things online and they're like, I'm going to come up with a great name for that. And then they just stick it and it sticks because the
Yeah.
internet never forgets. And then people are talking about them on like Fox News or whatever, and they're talking about millennials, and we're like, that's not a thing that ever should have happened. But we accidentally did it, and now it's too late.
Anyone watching, please give
Life's
us
a
some
meme.
insight into what defines a generation. Like, where is like a starting point? Like, what defines a starting point for a generation, or an end point? Like, that is necessary to know. Apparently, like, I want to know where they're going, because they already reached Z.
Yeah, and then right after millennial, they're like Gen Y and Z.
No, millennial is Gen Y.
Oh, are they? Oh, so
Yeah.
then they just go straight to Generation Z. Yeah, what's next? Generation 95, and then 98, and then Generation
A1.
XP, and then we'll
Or-
be like, that was 50 years ago. And then
It'd be
people,
A2.
yeah, then people will remember Windows XP, and they'll be like, oh crap, we can't do this. Then kids born in like the 2040s will be Generation Underground, and then like Generation Pro Skater will come in the 2060s. And they'll be like, where do they get these names from?
And we've
then
come full
us
circle.
grandpas will be like, sit down, son. Back in my day, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 was the best. But then Underground came along and it was even better.
It was way better. And then Underground 2 came out, and it was okay.
It was okay. Yeah.
It was okay.
Focus too much on story, not enough on gameplay.
Wow.
What?
Your brother Colin comments, start of a generation when you start eating Tide Pods.
Yeah, that's definitely not millennials. That's sub-millennial.
That
so
is-
millennials suck. The
That
Tide
is
Pod
definitely Gen
generation's
Z.
dumber.
That is a Gen Z thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I legitimately have not seen anything about millennials eating Tide Pods.
That's like that's
But that's the thing.
that is a new
We-
generation, because that's when you officially felt really old, when they're like, kids these days are filming themselves eating laundry detergent, and you're just like, what? Can you do that? Can you say that again? I don't think I was awake.
I'm glad that thing was like 2 years ago, and we're still talking about it.
It's because I've seen like 50 videos of people doing it, and I'm like, why? I cannot believe that happened. Like, I can't believe
either.
People were like, that looks awesome, let me try it. And everyone's like, again, you'll die, don't do it. And
No,
they're like,
they were also doing a challenge where you put your hand on the stove. Remember
Yeah,
there was a
this
few-
was
Wait,
I was about to
electric
say
or
this.
gas?
Like, there was a moment.
like a coil, like the coil.
It's so weird that we're getting nostalgic over the last 2 years, but there was a
Mean
period
quick.
where it was just a slew of challenges. Like, they call it
Yeah.
quote unquote challenges that teenagers. I mean, we did them too, I guess, because there was always like, oh, the saltine cracker challenge or the cinnamon challenge and shit like
This
that.
is smart shit.
Like
Edibles.
stupid, harmless shit. I mean, it's still stupid, but it's harmless.
Yeah.
But like, again, it's one of those dumb
Oh,
things
can you drink a
that
gallon of milk in an hour? Oh,
we
let's
made
do
a guy
Coke
do
and
that in high
Mentos.
school. He threw up. It was awesome.
Let's do Coke and Mentos. Now kids are like, we gotta really up the ante.
We're gonna up it, man. How many Tide Pods can you eat?
How long can you sit your hand on a fucking stovetop?
We want to
Again,
feel
though,
it.
it's like the first one. Someone's like, "That's the cinnamon challenge," and then everyone's like, "What's the next challenge?" And they're like, "I what are you talking about?" And they're like, "Well, if you have a challenge about cinnamon, we need another challenge." And they're like, "No, we don't. We could have just stopped."
When the people were putting the cups around their lips trying to get Kylie Jenner.
Oh, the
lips.
Kylie Jenner. Was that a challenge or was that just like an actual like?
Challenge.
Maybe it
I don't
wasn't
know if
a
that was a challenge. I think that was just them being dumbasses trying to look
Or-
like a dumbass.
there were tons of them. Like, people would make themselves look ugly, and they'd be playing music, and they'd like flip the camera, and they were like perfect and beautiful. Those were all over Instagram.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I saw a few of those.
Right now, let's start the Podcastrophe challenge. Throw your phone in the toilet while it's
Stop
streaming
watching.
live. While it's streaming live to Facebook or whatever you use. I guess a lot of people use Instagram now. It's probably. I mean,
It's the new thing.
I thought
For 10
LinkedIn
years.
was.
LinkedIn.
Dude, I was talking to.
I keep getting invites for LinkedIn, and I'm like,
I
why?
forgot my password and stuff. Once I got my job, like, in college, I was like, oh, I don't need this LinkedIn anymore, right? Because I'm in now. I'm inside.
Yeah.
I only made it to get a job, and then I'm like, well, that's easy enough. Delete. Or just forget the password. It's probably still out there. People are probably trying to link with me.
They never
That's
will.
like a couple Thanksgivings ago, I was talking to one of my cousins who's like a baby. But by baby, I mean he's like almost 18 now. So it's like weird because in my head, I'm still like, well, he's like,
yeah.
I don't know, he's like 5.
Yeah.
He can't really talk that well. But I was drinking beer and talking to him, and I'm like, this guy can really talk. Like a dude who's in 11th grade. What do you
Holy
know?
shit, he's like person.
And I asked him if he had a Facebook, and he laughed, and he was like, only old people and ghetto people have Facebook.
That's
and
what
he goes,
fucking Cameron told
He's like,
me.
everyone's on Snapchat and Insta. And I was like,
But
what?
what generation is Cameron?
Cameron was born in 97, so he's Z. Cameron, I worked with him, and he's been on the show a lot of times. He's the guy with the lisp. He also won the Mad Mushroom pizza eating contest at North End Pub.
That's a Tide Pod generation kid right there for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Could really
No, he
eat
straight
that.
up told me. He's like, yeah, we don't really, like, no one really uses Facebook anymore. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, when he said that, he's like, yeah, most people my age just use Instagram and Snapchat. He, like, said literally what you just told me.
and it
I'm
was
like,
funny because when he said only old
weird.
people, I was like, no, like my mom eventually made one, and I didn't accept her friend request for a while, but then I finally did. But I was like, your mom doesn't have one. Only like a few of our aunts have them. It's not that many old people. And then I was like, oh, you're talking about me and like my friends as the old people. And I was just like hurt. I felt so weird. I was like,
Hurt.
what? And I don't get that like people use Snapchat as like a social media. Like,
Yeah, that
I
is
thought that
weird
was just
to
an
me.
app for sending pictures of your poop to like your friends, to Max and stuff. Like I thought that's all you were supposed to do with it, or like send a weird pic of your balls to like your friend, and then when they open it, like now they're gay. I thought that's what you did with it, and people are like, no, it's a full social media site.
I've never looked at it as a social media
Yeah.
thing. I've always looked at it as like more of like an instant message, but in picture form type of thing.
It's just so that I don't have to go back and delete the pictures out of my.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's what I always try to explain to people.
I just the other day was looking at my phone and there was like saved images from Facebook Messenger, and I was like, "What? You're saving these?" And I
Oh
was
yeah,
flipping through it. And I had,
whenever you take a picture, it just
but like
automatically
even ones that
saves
my
it.
friends have sent me, and I was like looking through them, and I'm like, "What? Why delete?"
Oh, that's weird. But
Some of
so
them were
when you
funny.
take a picture through Messenger or Facebook or anything, it'll take the picture and it'll show it, and then it gives you the like, do you want to keep it or is this what you want to send? So you hit like no, I don't, hit the X and try again. It saves literally every one of them.
Oh my god!
And I was like, what? That's stupid.
Yeah. But that's what I love about Snapchat is I don't have to go back and delete the
No,
picture. It's
you
just
don't.
gone.
Or at least it's gone on your phone. It's not
Yeah.
gone. It's in a server somewhere.
It is. I do kind of like that when you screenshot someone's snap, though. It tells them they're like, "That guy totally screened that," and then they're like, "Oh shit."
Oh man, that's gonna get spread around high school. That's what the kids are saying.
I think too, we're in the generation of I'm just glad I didn't have a phone and internet when I was a kid, because like I definitely wouldn't have eaten Tide Pods, but I'm sure I did enough dumb stuff that I wouldn't want to be on the internet forever. So we're like the last generation of like, whew,
We are.
like we
really
just
are.
missed that.
We really are. I mean,
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, break into MySpace and find an angsty post I made like 12 years ago?
Right.
I'll get over it.
my oldest brother. What are you doing, Kat? My oldest brother, he just meets that fucking cutoff for millennial. He's 96. So that's my oldest brother.
Your
My-
oldest younger brother?
Yeah.
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 I was like,
wait, when
you
were
have
you
an
born?
older brother?
That's why I said my oldest brother, not my older brother.
Your old, yeah, I
That
guess
makes
that makes
sense.
sense. Your oldest brother, yeah.
But
My oldest brother is older than me.
ah,
He's also my
I
younger
am the
brother.
oldest.
Ooh, the king.
My
in the
middle
north.
brother Logan, he was born in '98, so he's Gen Z. He doesn't act like it though. No. My youngest brother Landon, oh, definitely Gen Z.
How many brothers do you have?
I have
3.
3 brothers.
That's very millennial. Or actually, that is pretty Gen Z.
I have 3 brothers too.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean my youngest brother is 13 years younger than me though.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's younger than my cousin, who like I still remember being a baby. So every year at like Christmas or whatever, we're always like, "Yeah, where's that baby?" And then we're like, "Dude,
that
why aren't
baby
you
at?"
drinking with us? How old are you? Can't you drink now?" And he's like, 17, 18. And I'm like,
That's the weirdest
for it.
shit because my cousin just turned 18, and like he was always like the baby, like he was even a preemie, so he was
Who?
definitely a baby. Peyton, Misty and Brian's oldest. They have 4 kids now. No, 3. They only have 3.
You
They only have 3 kids.
said 4 kids now.
I know. No, they have 3
it is
kids.
just
total.
weird when you're used to being like a kid and everyone's a dumb old adult who tells you what to do, and then one day you're just like, without even realizing it, you're telling dumb kids what to do, and then you're like, wait a minute, like, what just happened?
It's the weirdest.
And then you put a desk together and you hurt for 3 days afterwards, and you're like, why am I sore? And then you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I was squatting for 20 minutes yesterday.
Oh man,
I did that when I put my desk together.
I think the last 3 or 4 things I've put together were really rough. Like I put together my TV stand and my last desk. I've had
You were sore afterwards?
Oh, definitely.
See, and you work out, so now I don't feel as bad, because I thought it was like, because I don't do anything, and I'm like, it's starting to show.
Well, my last desk, I actually had to take apart like 2 or 3 times because I moved.
Oh.
I just thought that would be the easier route to go.
Oh, yeah.
No, just picking it up and going is actually the easier route.
Yeah, and you were just moving across town?
The first time I moved from the Doom Room to Delphi.
I mean, you can still just do it in your own car, right? Or in a trailer, depending on how big it is. I mean, you drove it. You're not paying someone
I definitely
to move it
use
that
my
far.
dad's truck a
Yeah.
lot, but yeah.
I had an old roommate from college who moved to Colorado a few years ago, and like I helped him move. And of course, when he moved way out there, they got like the semi-truck trailer in their driveway, and we just packed everything in real well. And he was like, we moved a lot in college, like just guerrilla moving, as he called it. And he's like, I broke so much more stuff moving around town than I did moving 2,000 miles across the country. He's like, when you actually pay and take the time to pack things, he's like, it was so smooth. Every time we moved like to a new crap house in college, we'd break like another table or a chair. And I'm like, yeah, we would just pile as much stuff into someone's mom's van as we could, and then just drive it half a mile up the road.
Yeah, I've only broken like a desk. That's it. Not the last desk, but the desk.
My
I had
kitchen
before that.
table is kind of it's working right now, but I kept taking it apart and putting it back together, and it's like MDF and a pre-built like IKEA level crap. So it's like this time when I was putting it together, like one part broke, and I had to glue kind of part of it back together and use more screws. And I'm like, this is its final home. Like after this, I have to get a new table. I can't move it. It will fall apart forever. Because, yeah, I would just, like, loosely take it apart, and I'd be like, leave that part together, because that's kind of hard to put back together, but this part I'm going to take off and just throw in the back of my car.
Yeah, I've had a couple end tables like that. I'm just, like, after a certain point, I'm just like, I'm just going to throw this away. Like, that leg just keeps getting worse and worse every time I move. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Sometimes it really do be like that.
And that's why they should quit making movies. Because, like, everyone, like, no one has remembered, like, it's the lost art of conclusions. Like, stuff should just end so that I can think about how it'd be cool if they did this. You don't have to show me, like, 5 expanded universe sequels where you're like, here's everything that could have happened. And I'm like, oh, great. I don't have an imagination now. Let me watch Terminator 8.
So here in a couple weeks.
So what are they on, like Fast and Furious 12 now? Oh my god, I bet they're near it, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Because Fate of the Furious was the 7 was supposed to be the last one. Then they came out with Fate, so F8.
And now this movie coming out with now's not really.
Yeah, it's like a spinoff. They got Hobbs and Shaw, which is like it's Jason Statham and The Rock's characters from Fast and Furious.
Did The Rock? He was in Fast and Furious, right? Is he not?
Like
anymore?
the last 4.
No, he is.
Like
Oh,
the last
really?
4 movies of.
And now he's taken over Fast and Furious.
Basically, it's not a Fast and Furious movie, but it's.
I can't hate The Rock, I guess, but he's really just cashing in. He knows.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's like, you just need a big guy to do what? Just drive cars? Like, let's make 12 more.
So in 2 weeks comes out Avengers Endgame. Yet there are movies coming out after it. Like that you just made me think of that. Like we don't know how to end it, and here we have a movie that straight up says this is the end, but it's not.
Yeah. You would probably know this better because I know you're into comics and stuff, but I was one time watching on TV another X-Men movie. I don't even remember when the first one came out, but I remember
2000.
Okay, so is that because I remember like around that
2000,
time
2001.
an X-Men movie that came out that was like the classic original for at least our generation.
Yeah.
I just assumed there was probably one in the 80s that was the real original. So 2000-ish was the original.
You know what's crazy is there was an original Punisher from like the 80s, and it had Dolph Lundgren as the fucking Punisher.
I don't know what any of that is, but X-Men, I remember the original, but then like a couple years ago on Christmas or something, I was at my mom's because she has like 1,000 channels, so I get to see these trash movies. And I'm like, well, I'm all right. I haven't taken my sweatpants off in 3 days, and I'm full of sausage and beer. I guess I'll watch this. And it was like X-Men 12 or something. And so this one was like it was so dumb. It was like a sequel, and it was in like the most present day, but like Wolverine had to go back in time to fight someone, and the whole movie took place.
Days of Future Past.
Yeah, and the whole movie took place in like a prequel, but it was like, no, actually they're all here right now in this time. And I'd heard that in the like because I guess it's loosely based on the comic, that like someone else went back in time, but because Hugh Jackman was like the most paid actor on it, they just rewrote it and they're like, Wolverine again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then they made that Wolverine Origins movie,
Well,
and then
no,
they
the
keep
origin
making ones
that
about
came
him.
before that.
But didn't that come out after X-Men?
Okay, so you got X1, X2, X3.
Yeah.
X3 was terrible. Everybody hated it.
Yeah, I vaguely remember
Then
1,
you
2,
have
and 3.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Okay. So, that's the
Everybody
prequel.
really hated that one.
But I'm saying it came out after 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and it was a
on
prequel.
Earth timeline. Yeah, it was a prequel.
So then you got those 4 movies. Skip a few years ahead, you got X-Men First Class, which was a real prequel where it's like Xavier as a young man.
But did they still sneak Hugh Jackman in there?
Yeah, actually
Really?
they did. It was a cameo. They were recruiting people for the X-Men. And the X-Men was like a CIA thing.
Yeah. Was he
And-
playing Wolverine or someone else?
Yeah, he was playing Wolverine. They found him.
Oh, it's like 'cause he doesn't.
They
age
found
or
him in a
something,
bar,
right?
and like it's just like a montage of them finding people.
That, you know what? I have seen that. Yeah, they found him in a bar.
They found him in a bar,
Wasn't
and
he like?
he said "fuck off."
Yeah, didn't he like fight someone?
No, he just said "fuck off." They used
And that was the whole scene.
They used their one F-bomb for their PG-13 rating.
Nice.
He's like "fuck off," and that's it. That's just all you get. And then
$2 million.
so the sequel to that is technically X-Men: Days of Future Past, which is the movie you were just talking about. Which is, yeah, so it goes back to that first class cast while still using the original cast, but in the future.
And I think too that's like, I don't think it would really throw that many people off if you just made a new X-Men movie and you're like, this is gonna have the same characters, but it's not the same universe. Like, we're just gonna make a different story.
They're getting ready. They're gonna be able to do that because now Disney owns Fox, all the Fox properties.
Oh my god!
So that includes Fantastic Four and X-Men. After Days of Future Past, they continued with the past cast going forward, and they did Apocalypse. Now they're doing one more movie under the Fox license.
X-Men movie?
And they're doing one more movie, and they're doing the Dark Phoenix movie.
Was that somehow about Wolverine and Hugh Jackman?
No, they made so the third X-Men 3, The Last Stand, was Dark Phoenix. They butchered Dark Phoenix.
Is Dark Phoenix an X-Men?
It's Jean Grey. Jean Grey, but it's like
That's
her
right.
alternate.
She went in her. That's right, because X3 was her final form. And like,
Yeah,
what's his head? Cyclops was like, no, I still love her. And Hugh Jackman was like, but I also banged her. And then he's like, what? I will deal with that later. But then she like killed herself while killing everyone else or something.
Well, she killed Cyclops 5 minutes into the fucking movie.
Oh, I gotta
was
rewatch
crazy.
that. Have you ever done? You should do a live just watching a movie while you commentate it, like on this.
You know, if it wasn't for copyright
Oh,
bullshit,
yeah.
I totally would.
Can't you just do
I
it with
would
like
just-
mute where you can't hear or see the movie on the screen? It's just your face, and you're like, God, this movie really sucks.
Man, I would love to do like mystery theater, science
It's like
theater.
now I
3000
now I
type
almost
shit.
like want to go back and rewatch X3 because I remember it being like, yeah, maybe it was bad because my only memories of it were confusion. It was just kind of like, what's
See,
going
I
on?
was a kid. I mean, we're the same age, so
Yeah.
I mean, that came out in 2006, and
Really?
I loved it,
I was in.
but I was an idiot kid. So what do I?
I
know?
was in like 10th grade.
No, Yeah,
10th
yeah,
or
yeah.
11th.
You
I
were.
graduated in 09.
Like, wait a minute. Yeah, you were. I was like, no,
Yeah.
you weren't.
Probably, 9th or 10th grade.
Yeah, I was. I saw it the summer between 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
So,
Jeez. And The Matrix was a great movie, and then they're like, what if we just kept doing it? And you're like, I don't know. And then after they made 2 and 3, everyone's like, yeah, that's what I meant. Like, maybe you should have just stopped.
but there are some people that say the first movie is nothing without their second and third movie.
I remember the first one a bunch being great, and it was a classic, and then the second one was kind of good, and then by the third one, I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on at all. And that's kind of how I feel about Jurassic Park. Are they finally done? Didn't they just make a new Jurassic World?
Jurassic World Fallen
Jurassic
Kingdom.
Park 4 Part 3 or something? Yeah, it's like, what is
Yeah.
happening?
They did Jurassic World.
Jurassic Park is like probably the worst movie to make sequels of, because like, what's the first one about? This guy gets some trapped dinosaur DNA, and he like rebreeds dinosaurs, and he's like, I've got this remote island in the Pacific. It's an amusement park about dinosaurs. Spoiler alert, they all break out and eat everyone. Huge disaster. Lots of lives lost. And then they're like, should we go back to Dino Hell Island? And they're like, yeah, Jurassic Park 2, Dino Hell Island. And then they're like, after that, they're like, well, more people got eaten. Should we go back again? It's way out in the... Yeah, let's go back. Dead again. And then they're like 20 years later, they're like, well, hang on. What if in this world it works?
Here we are, 20 years
guess
later.
what?
We finally made it work.
Oh, they break out again.
Ah, fuck.
But what I love about Jurassic World is I feel like they really just aped up the like, you're just here to see dinos eat people. So like, we made a new GMO dinosaur and he eats the shit out of people. And he just gets out and like, there's 2 margarita guy, and then everyone gets eaten, and it was a meme of a movie, and everyone loved it, and then they're like, let's do it again.
Yeah, they definitely for Jurassic World and World Fallen Kingdom, they definitely capitalized on the whole action thriller type thing. I mean,
Yeah, I think what I hate most is that I love Jurassic World. Is that like going into it, I was like, this is a terrible idea. And then my friend was like, I got it. It's really good. And I'm like, all right, I'm still going to go over and watch it because like, you've got it.
Fallen Kingdom was like the first movie that was like really different. Like they had, because the whole premise was the island is about to blow up. What we thought was a dormant volcano is now active. So
they really did. John Hammond did a lot of research back in the day.
Right.
But yeah, it's probably fine.
So it turns out John Hammond originally had a partner. And
was it B.D. Wong?
No.
I think it was.
Dr. Wu.
Yeah.
No, Dr. Wu's back in this. He reprised his role in the first Jurassic
Yeah, I was
World.
going to say, I think he was. Yeah,
He created the Indominus Rex.
Yeah, that's right. He made the GMO dino. It's his fault.
He totally did.
He's the Dennis Nedry of the new Jurassic Parks.
Oh, Dennis.
Played God too hard. Dinosaurs eat everyone. That'd be great if they made another Jurassic World where they have a park and the whole time.
They're gonna.
You just think like everyone's going to get eaten, but no one gets eaten. No dinosaur breaks out.
Have you seen Fallen Kingdom?
No.
Oh, man.
It's out now, isn't it?
It is. It's been out for like a year.
Yeah, I realized.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
I have not seen it.
It's different. It's different because half the movie takes place. It's kind of like The Lost World, where half the movie takes place on the island, actually most of the movie but eventually they come back to the States. This movie, they come back to the States, but half of the movie takes place at this mansion, where all the dinosaurs they took off the island, they're auctioning off to like really bad people.
Of course.
And of course there's like stereotypical like Russians.
Steve Jobs is like, yeah, I'll take 5 raptors.
Well, like after they auction off like all
Rich
the
bad
dinosaurs,
Jeff Bezos.
right?
Jeff Bezos is like, I'll take 2 T-Rexes.
Oh, fucking Nick is triggered right now. So they auction off everybody, and they're like, wait, we have one more preview dinosaur. It's not available for purchase, but we just made this thing.
Oh, was that the one that they GMO'd?
It's a GMO hybrid. Like they're like, okay, so originally
this one's not for sale, but
originally we took the T-Rex and the Velociraptor and a couple other various things, put them together. We made the Indominus Rex. Right, okay. So check this out.
It didn't kill enough. We made it better.
Check this out. We went back to the island, got the DNA from the Indominus Rex that died, right? Okay, you know. So we got that, and we used the DNA, but we mixed it with another Velociraptor. So it already had Velociraptor, but we wanted more Velociraptor. Okay, so because that's the thing about Jurassic Park, Velociraptor.
We're not even sure if they were this cool. We're just looking at their bones, but like they probably were the coolest.
They're probably pretty cool. So
what
we did was we took the really cool GMO dinosaur and we took a Velociraptor and put it together again. So extra, it's Velociraptor squared now.
Jesus,
So
the perfect killing machine.
That's kind of what they were saying.
Jeff Bezos is like, I'll take 4.
So
I need 2
they
males
called this
and 2
one-
females. And they're like, Jeff, you can't do that. He's
Instead
like,
of calling
how's the
this
billions?
the Indominus Raptor, they just call it the Indoraptor. And it's supposed to be this thing that's like literally controlled, like remote controlled. It's a genetic being that's basically remote controlled. It's the weirdest
Is it
thing.
like an android, or can they control its actual brain?
So of course, like
it goes wrong.
it goes terribly wrong because the Russians, the super Russian bad guys they don't say they're bad guys, but you look at them and they are bad guys. You just know
They're
it.
all in trench coats and they look angry. And they're speaking
They look
Russian,
angry.
and
They
you're
definitely
like,
look
"That's it."
angry, and they're just like
Then James
they just
Bond
start
comes
bidding
in.
on it. People start bidding on this thing, and the guy that's holding the auction, he's like, "No, it's not for sale." It's, okay, I guess start.
All right, well, for that much,
They start.
for sale.
He just starts going nuts with the fucking bidding. The Russians end up with it, of course, because why not? And then, of course, shit goes awry because Chris Pratt hatches a plan to make shit go awry.
Praise the dinosaurs away.
So they tranquilize it, and then somehow it's not actually tranquilized. It's faking it because it's really smart.
It's yeah. It's
Raptor times
You need
2.
like 1,000 trank darts to knock that thing
Raptor
out.
times 2.
Yeah, he's
squared.
Like you can't even. He's like 3 times smarter than a human. Like
Clearly.
he has telekinetic powers. That's how much smarter he is.
So the Indoraptor escapes, of course.
Yeah, it's
and
using 100% of its brain
absolutely.
for sure.
And so the rest of the movie is like this really it's like almost a horror thriller because they're like trying to escape this raptor while it's the weirdest fucking thing. It's not a Jurassic Park movie. It's weird.
Now maybe I should check it out and be
It's
mad that
worth
I watched
a
it.
watch, but it's weird.
Jeez. The worst thing about that is like if that were to happen, you know those dinosaurs would get bought by people in Texas because I was reading
There
the
was
other
a
day.
Texas like there was like a
think-
stereotypical Texan.
I think I just saw something online the other day. I don't think they have laws against like exotic pets because did you know there's more tigers in Texas than in the wild? You know how crazy that is? They're not even indigenous to this country, and I read that like Texas has the most tigers, and I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've read all year.
Like part of me thinks a tiger would be fucking miserable in Texas.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hot. It's just not
but
as muggy.
yeah.
It's a lot drier, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, but they're indigenous to like India, where it's like insanely humid and hot. So I'm like, I'm like, okay, the tiger's fine.
I mean, they're like cats, so they can probably adapt.
honestly,
It's just a giant kitty cat.
cats are like super adaptable to anything.
Yeah, I would think all tigers would want to live far north because, you know, they're covered in fur.
Yeah,
Seems like you'd be
you
hot.
would think.
Yeah, I mean, when I go outside here and it's slightly muggy, I'm like, I wish I had no hair on my body. Like, I couldn't imagine being covered in fur and living in Southeast Asia. Probably be like, this is the worst.
Have you ever watched like tiger attack videos?
All the time. No. I mean,
Dude, they're crazy.
I've seen footage.
Like I've seen footage of like after the attack and like people just laying in the streets.
Of humans?
Their fucking guts hanging out. Like it's on YouTube.
Wow. Oh, really? I thought
the
you were
shit's
on, like,
on YouTube.
4chan or Reddit, like,
No.
watch people
You
mauled to
can
death
look
by
this
tigers.
shit up and like there are people like just in the streets and like there was like an Indian zoo and like the tiger
I've
escaped,
maybe seen
attacked a
those.
few people. They're like there's like people over here dead. There's a guy over here,
Jeez.
and then the camera's focused on this guy right here, and his guts are just like fucking splayed open. It's just like
Pretty metal.
fuck.
Have you seen the aftermath of a chimp attack on humans?
Oh, dude,
Dude,
that's
chimps
nuts.
are vicious. And if
That's
you're
nuts.
a man, you're extra screwed because they go for the nuts
Oh.
and the eyes.
No, yeah, because it's a territorial thing.
Yeah.
It's a primate thing.
They're like,
Absolutely.
only one male will live, so they'll rip your nuts off and then your eyes, and then be like, I'll just let them suffer.
Yeah.
But then they come back and rip the rest of your face
and
off.
they're vindictive too.
And they'll eat each other. Like sometimes I've seen like they'll just when like one chimp like a gang gets on the turf of another chimp gang, they're like, well, we're gonna have to eat you now. And like they'll kill each other and then eat each other. And like I think people have said it's not really they're definitely not eating other chimps for food. I think it's just like to really stick it to them. They're just like, you know what, Dad's not enough.
Dude, the
Get
animal
over
kingdom
here.
is fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
we grew up with it being like all rainbows and fucking Lion King and shit, and like we grew up, and you know it's still portrayed that way in a
I
lot
don't know.
of.
Lion King really made me think wildebeests were dicks, but like they're just misunderstood. Chimps are the real.
I mean,
You should have
honestly,
been
the
keeping an eye on
wildebeest did
Rafiki,
nothing.
man.
The wildebeest did nothing.
They could have stopped. They could have stopped.
No, they were running out of fear, man. They were scared. Those hyenas lit their land on fire.
It's true.
They were coaxed. And, you know, mob mentality, they're just all going to run.
Yeah, they really just made him look dumb. They're like, oh, everyone else is running? I mean, that's totally what they do, but... You know what's really cool is when you watch that, like, footy of, like, wildebeest running, and then, like, they're running through a river, and then an alligator gets one of them. And you're like, wow! Like, he just jumps out of nowhere and goes right for the neck, and
vicious,
you're
man.
like, shit! And it's kind of cool, because on the one hand, it's like they always pick an old or a baby, and you feel bad, but you're like, there's like 500 of them, they're fine.
Yeah.
There's like 3 gators in that river. Come on.
We were watching
Score some
Planet
for the
Earth.
home team.
We were watching Planet Earth, which is this Netflix series.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
And like just the episode we were watching is like it had like really cool, awesome things, and then there was like this super depressing things. Like they followed like these flamingos for a little while. And like they're like, oh yeah, like
attached to 'em.
this part of the earth, the Serengeti Desert, super dry.
Salty.
But every so often here comes the rain, and it transforms this air.
yeah.
It transforms this spot in the desert into this oasis for like X amount of time. And in that X amount of time, flamingos come there, lay their fucking eggs. Those eggs hatch, and they grow and the babies grow for a little bit, and then it's all of a sudden all the water's gone. Like
Uh-oh.
it's just completely drought because it's so fucking hot there. And so they're like, all right, we got to go. But the babies, they don't know how to fucking fly yet. So what do? They fucking run. They Forrest Gump that shit to the next watering hole, which is miles upon probably hundreds of miles away. And so they're following this fucking, these little baby fucking flamingos just fucking running their little legs
Getting
off.
picked off.
They don't even show them like getting picked
really?
off. No, they're just charging across the desert.
No, they made it depressing.
Oh no, I'm getting there.
Oh, boy.
So they're just charging across the desert, and then they're like, but not all.
Oh no! Was
But
it
not
David
all-
Attenborough
But not
too?
all can make it, and it goes to the very tail
Not
end
all
of the
will
fucking
make
group.
it. Yeah.
It goes to the tail end of the group, and there's like this one flamingo, and it's the weirdest thing because you'd think, oh, it's just sick and not strong enough. No, it's just they've been running through all this water, you know, this dry, and it's drying up as they're running. They're kicking up mud. It's getting all over their legs. Eventually, salt builds up on their legs, and they can't run.
Then they're extra tasty because now they're spiced.
So they can't run, and like this, so it's showing this baby flamingo with
It's
all
like
these.
falling down.
It's got this giant buildup of salt around its legs, and I've never seen anything like it. But it's like
that
it
out.
gets super clumsy and can't like stand up straight
and they're
and
just
run
like playing
right.
depressing music.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what?
Oh, yeah,
Help
they make
him.
It'd be better if they were playing like heavy metal when
They
it
make
happened.
it
They're
extra
like,
depressing.
They even
Depressing.
they were
Depressing.
showing Greenland,
Oh yeah, and then they start talking about like the glaciers,
and they made that depressing.
They somehow
Oh, yeah.
made that depressing.
Probably because they're like,
Ice
oh, there should be a lot more.
falling
but
into
fucking
the ocean.
humans.
They're playing
The
sad
music
music.
that was playing was just super
It's like
incredible.
makes you want to cry.
I'm just like, man, Indiana's dull. Let me see what's going on in Greenland. And they're like, well, fucking idiots in Indiana and Illinois won't stop buying trucks, and now this is what we get. And then they're like, sad music. And I'm like, Jesus, man.
we're rolling coal here.
And I'm like, what's going on in Africa? And they're like, oh, you don't even want to know, man. This baby flamingo's dead. And you're just like, God. Then you're like, the worst is always when you're like, all right, what's going on in, like, the northernmost parts of Canada and Alaska? And they're like, oh, man, are you ready? And they're like, look how cute these baby seals are. And you're like, oh, my God, that's adorable. And then they're like, check this out. And then a polar bear eats one through the ice.
Or there's
like,
just a guy beating it with a club.
Or it's like, they always do the thing where it's like the polar bear gets the seal and you feel really bad. But then in the next scene, or like while he's attacking it, the seal gets away and you're like, oh, thank God, yes. And then they're like, that polar bear might not get to eat. And then they show how skinny it is. And it's sad.
Well, that's one of the things
And then I'm
they
like,
brought.
and then I'm like, you know what? There's too many seals. We need more polar bears. I'm like, come on,
They
seal,
brought
get back.
that up. They
And I'm like,
brought
does
up
the
polar
camera crew
bears.
at least like have a steak they can throw out? Like, I feel so bad for the bear now.
They brought up the polar bears and they made that depressing. They're
Yeah.
like, every
Those
year,
are always the worst. They're
every
like,
year
everyone's
polar
starving.
bears are born and they're getting scrawnier and scrawnier because they can't eat.
I think they were on the one I saw. They were like, "Oh, polar bears can go a month without eating. I guess this one will just have to go another month." And I'm like, Jesus! I'm like 60 days without a seal, and it's like crying and dying on the iceberg. And they're like, also that patch of ice it's sleeping on is about to melt because we're also breaking that. And I'm like, what are there, like 9 polar bears left? And they're like 8. We're pretty much out. The next generation's the polar generation. Named ironically because they don't have polar bears.
Or polar ice caps.
Jeez. Yeah, the last like Earth doc I was watching, they were on like probably the Galapagos or some Wild West island where they're like everything just eats everything. And they had all these birds had landed high up in the mountains like on this coast to nest, and then they're like, all right, the birds are hatched. They've been alive for one day. It's time to learn to fly because they live over the ocean. And they literally show this one nest with like 4 babies, and they're like, all right, here goes baby number 1, and it just jumps out and it hits the ground and rolls, and before it rolls like twice, and a hawk or some other bird just flies in and grabs it and eats it. I'm like,
and
that
so
thing was
is
alive.
nature.
I'm like, that thing was alive for 20 hours, and it's just like, can you fly? Nope. And like the other chicks are just like, Dad, do I gotta go? He's like, go, pussy, and he just kicks it out of the nest, and they're like, this is why birds have 5 eggs. Because they're like, only 2 are going to make it. And the other birds are just like, all right, fuck. I mean, my brother just died in front of me. He's been alive for a day, and he just died. He just fell off a mountain and got eaten, and then it's like, my turn.
Live fast, die
And they're
hard.
like, a lot of the birds usually, they usually get the hang of it, but that one didn't. That guy was an idiot.
by like the third or
Only,
fourth.
They're like, only the strong survive.
By like the third or fourth, they've seen enough. They're like, okay, I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, nature's fucked.
Nature's super
And we're over
fucked.
here, like, if you eat a Tide Pod, like, they'll save you.
Yeah.
We're overpopulated. Humans.
Or if you OD on heroin, they'll save you with some Narcan.
Yeah, I mean, they will. Probably.
Oh no, that junkie's dying in the street. Let's save him.
Save everyone. They should be giving Narcan to polar bears, dude. They're dying out. That's what we need, a new croc hunter with a funny accent, but, like, he lives in the north, and he just, like... I want to just see, maybe, you know what, I bet I could make a living. We could make a YouTube channel. Like, it would cost a lot up front. Hear me out. We just go to the store and buy a lot of steak, and then we just fly to, like, the northern coast of Alaska and just look for polar bears. And, well, I mean, we'll probably get eaten filming it.
Here you
but,
go,
like,
buddy.
We'll get crazy views if one of us gets eaten on camera.
Yeah, honestly.
I saw something on the news or online, the internet news. Did you hear about, like, this just happened a month ago. There was, like, a small village in Russia, like, on an island that got overran by polar bears.
Really?
Like, I saw some footage online of, like, it was because, like, they were at a dump. They had, like, one dump in the town with, like, probably 5 pounds of garbage, and there was, like, 12 polar bears. And this guy was driving a truck, like a dump truck, and he's filming out his window, and there's a polar bear, like, climbing the side of the truck.
Oh my God.
Like, while he's driving it. And I'm like, I mean, you're in the truck, but I'd be gassing it to try and shake it off. And these guys are just like, oh, these polar bears are getting really close today. And I'm like, they eat humans. Like, they just don't give a rip out there. But it was like, I think their village had a like state of emergency or something because they were like, oh, no one go outside. The bears outnumber us today. And it was today. Like the whole city had to shut down.
The bears can smell them.
Did you see the most recent like idiot shit in America where some chick got pulled into, like, she fell into like a polar bear exhibit and got eaten because she decided she was trying to take a selfie.
Shot Harambe. They should have just let him run at school.
She got attacked.
Yeah. You made it sound like
they didn't shoot the bear,
like
did they?
A lot. Like,
I actually thought she got eaten.
No.
You've seen Blackfish,
no.
right?
Oh,
they
yeah.
Actually,
dude, the whale wins.
The whale, man.
The bear.
Ate her.
Hold on. The bear did not get shot.
Oh,
the owners of the zoo actually like made a statement saying that there'd be no harm to the bear because it was a no wrong. That lady was being stupid and put herself in that situation. So yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking Harambe, man.
Dude, dicks out for Harambe.
But no, Blackfish. I'm glad you brought that up.
That was
cool.
I've seen that I think 3 times. Like I just voluntarily was like, I'm gonna watch that again because it was so good.
SeaWorld's fucking
awful.
Like, yeah, they're awful. And after that movie came out on Netflix, like they were done.
Yeah, well, they're still a thing, right? But they don't have like whale exhibits anymore, or like I think in the movie they said like the whales are still there, but like they don't do.
They don't breed them.
They definitely don't let humans in the.
They're not allowed to breed them in captivity anymore.
Yeah, they can't have humans doing stunts with them like in the water because they're like, oh, that's right, they're called killer whales.
Yeah, which orcas are amazing.
Dude,
like,
they're my favorite animal. They are the apex.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah.
apex.
You've seen like, there's so many docs about them, like where they'll follow them around different parts of the world, and they're like, they eat whatever's around them, and like they have ways to hunt anything depending on what part of the world you're in. They're like, this pod of orcas learned how to kill stingrays, and they're like,
yeah, I
that's
know what
wild.
You're talking about. I watched that.
Yeah,
one.
and I
what
saw
they
one
do
where
is they teamwork that shit. They go
grab
down
it by the tail.
They use their blowholes to blow them out of the sand.
Yeah,
and then one bites it by the tail while the others eat it.
That was insane. I love the one. My favorite is still probably the ones that like beach themselves to hit seals on land, and I'm like, have you ever fucking seen a whale like just go check this out, like onto the ocean,
like the seal's up there, like what
the
now?
seal's like, I'm
safe,
I'm out, and then he's like, what the fuck? And then and the narrator's like, yeah, the whale could easily die doing this. It's too heavy to get back in, but these guys really live dangerously. And then they're just doing the worm like on the beach to get back in the water, and they're like, until last year when we decided to put a camera crew out here, no idea that this was happening. It's like they had to stop the world news and be like, did you guys know killer whales are just jumping out of the ocean, like onto land and eating seals, and then just like working their way back? Like this has been going on. What's crazy is
that's probably how creatures ended up on land to begin with. That's actually I think
dick dropping hammers over here. It's probably true.
Yeah, because like they saw something like, oh,
they were like, oh, there's stuff outside of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And then, like, over time, they just developed lungs to breathe oxygen on, like, in air form. Because before, like, I mean...
So why can't they do it now?
Huh?
Why can't they do it now?
Because we're already here.
Because Jesus.
Because Jesus.
Oh, they may... I bet orcas will in the next, like, couple thousand years. Maybe like a million years.
That shit, yeah.
One day, orcas will grow legs, and they'll be the... Dude, what if, like... humans get through this like stupid patch that we're in right now where we're like, not vaccinating our kids and eating laundry detergent. Like somehow we survive through this, but then like 5,000 years from now, it's like suddenly we have new dinos on land because orcas are now like the ultimate apex on land and sea. Like they've grown legs and now it's a problem that they're just like, yeah, dude, they just like, Florida used to be a state, but they're all gone. They all got eaten. South Africa's gone. I mean, coastal Australia, you got to live inland now. You can't be on the coast. They're all dead. New Zealand was the first to go, man. It's just like overnight, all the orcas were like, and go. And they all just rushed up onto it was like D-Day Part 2. All the orcas with legs just got up on the shores of New Zealand at like 3 a.m. and just ate just every city, every person.
So
that's probably what's going to happen.
You mentioned the vaccination thing. which I'm very pro-vaccination.
but sidebar. Elon Musk's family didn't get eaten because they're on Mars.
Yeah, truth.
But
Absolutely.
they get killed by robots that they created. So anyways, yeah, anti-vax.
So some state, I think it was New York, declared a state of emergency because of a measles outbreak. Jeez. And they are now fining people who aren't vaccinated for measles. If you don't get vaccinated for measles, and if you aren't already, you will be fined $1,000.
It's probably smart.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Vaccinate your fucking kids.
Oh yeah, I don't want to spoil it because it's so early. I haven't even thought about it, but I was telling Aaron the other day, I'm like, I want to write a song about a guy who tries to get autism, so he goes to CVS and gets 100 flu shots, but it doesn't work because vaccines don't cause autism. And then he kills himself.
Spoiler alert.
Just thought it'd be awesome. The vaccinator, a guy just goes out of his way to get as many vaccines as he can.
Or you could write about a guy who goes out of his way to vaccinate children that aren't vaxxed.
Ooh, because the vaxxer.
The vaxxer. Ooh, the vaccinator.
He goes to Portland and just dumps flu shot gas over the whole city.
Or syringes falling.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a carpet bomber of fucking
syringe carpet bomber. Yeah, might have to. Jeez, I thought
people would think it's a fucking heroin epidemic. No, it's vaccination needles.
I thought I remember reading last year that Portland or somewhere out west had a city like that where they were measles is just making a comeback.
Yeah, that's the thing. What? It's all over the nation.
It's the Whole Foods generation. I only eat factory made. Inorganic vegetables because I support unions.
That's one way to go.
I mean, that's how I roll, man. Go. I eat my veggies. I'm not paying the extra 12 cents for organic. That's a ripoff. What's less organic? You were telling me the other vegetables didn't grow out of the dirt.
Yeah.
I don't buy those Guatemalan bananas, dude. I buy the factory-made bananas. They're made in America. I keep American jobs here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buy inorganic. GMOs are cool.
Wow, song title.
It's already a song. We're a pro-GMO band.
Clearly.
Except for GMO dinosaurs. I mean, I'm a fan, but I don't want to see that in this universe. It's funny on Jurassic World. But
yeah. I still recommend watch Fallen Kingdom.
I probably will at some point. I'll be this is so stupid, but then I'll be
it's worth at least one watch.
Yeah, I think I've only seen Jurassic World once.
Yeah. See, I really liked the first Jurassic World because all the nostalgia was hitting me.
I guess the one thing I did like about that is that they didn't just try to remake Jurassic Park. They were in this world, it works.
It's okay, they did it 20 years ago. So we have a lot of money, and we're going to go on to that same island, round up all the dinosaurs that escaped, and create a new park. And this time it's going to work.
That's going to be the next movie is the prequel sequel that happens between 3 and Jurassic World. Because how many people died rounding up the dinos? That's insane.
They got the original T-Rex. T-Rex in Jurassic World is the original T-Rex.
They just they're just going to gloss over that. They're we just sent some guys back to that island that went wrong 3 times, and we waited 15 years. They can change their sex, so they've been just fucking nonstop. They've eaten all the food that was on it. Now they're just eating each other and just dumping out new babies. There's 10 times as many dinos as when we left it last. There's probably new ones that we've never even seen. And what? They send Turok and Duke Nukem out there to just clean up shop. I want to see that movie.
Yes.
That's okay. That's
I
want to
see a Turok movie.
Didn't they make one?
No.
Did they not?
There's not.
They need to. Movie. I think maybe that's what I was hoping Jurassic World would have been.
I think Duke Nukem would be a little too much for today. Maybe if they made a Duke Nukem movie back in the 90s, it would work. Today it'd be
Who would you cast as Turok today?
Oh, shit. Well, they had the reboot in 08 or 07.
Wait, of the game?
Yeah.
Oh, they make a new one?
They made a Turok. He was an Indian. He was still an Indian, but it was totally different. His name was like John Turok.
Wait,
or
Turok
something like
was
that.
an Indian?
Yeah, he was Native American.
Oh, native.
Yeah,
Indian.
Native American.
Because like this guy's definitely not Native American, but like in his prime, I would like to see Sylvester Stallone play him, just because I'm thinking like he could do it.
I can't even.
I'm just thinking Rambo, but like as Turok. I don't watch enough movies. I don't know who today could do it.
Yeah, I mean, you do go around saying movies need to end, so
yeah, I mean they should. Don't make a Turok movie; it'd be terrible. But I mean, I'd hate myself and watch.
I'd watch
it. I'd rip it off the internet and watch it. But I'd be like,
who would you cast for Duke Nukem?
I've never played Duke Nukem. I don't know. He's that guy with the shades and the guns. Probably Arnold. Like, who else?
I mean,
but
I'm
he's too old.
I'm fairly certain Duke Nukem was based off of Arnold Schwarzenegger, but like just way more over the top.
Yeah, today though. Oh, it'd have to be The Rock.
Honestly, it would have to be The Rock. I don't know anybody.
There you go,
else
Hollywood. Duke Nukem featuring The Rock.
He's already done one video game movie, Doom.
Oh, that's
so
right.
Why not?
Wait, he did. Didn't they make a Rampage movie?
Oh yeah,
wasn't Rock in that?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so he's been in a couple video game movies.
Yeah, he has. You're right. I haven't watched Rampage yet. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
All right, I think we're ready to call it.
Well, after they make Turok, they need to quit making movies.
Yeah, you're right.
There's just too many of them.
No more after Turok and a couple more Star Wars movies.
Same with babies. Can we just stop both for like a couple years? Let some things die out and then be like, all right, resume.
I have never seen Baxter try to get into that closet once, but for whatever reason, he has decided now, I'm going to get into that closet.
Just hamming it up for the camera.
Clearly. Now he's walking away. He gave up. All right, we're going to go ahead and call this podcast. It's been a good episode. I've had fun. Thank you, Keegan.
Thank you.
I don't know why I just had to sit here.
Now, you had some talks. You had some laughs. Your laughter made great background noise.
Oh, I bet. Delete it.
No.
Yes.
Auto-tune it.
Yeah.
Make it a song.
That? Yeah, but thank you for much laughter on this episode, Keegan. Mm-hmm. It's been a good one. Miranda, thank you for laughing and occasionally talking. Mm-hmm. Tyler,
we needed this.
Tyler, thank you for not being here. Again.
I can only come on when he's not here.
Clearly.
The anti-Tyler.
You know, last time you were on here, I was like, man, fucking Tyler bailed last time and he bailed this time. No, it turns out he was here, or he was there the first time you were on. It was you and AJ and him.
Oh, yeah. He was the other guy?
He was the other guy.
That's Tyler, yeah.
But he was sick, so he wasn't talking much. And because it came up in like my Facebook memories. Oh, because now my shows are popping up in my memories, which is awesome. Because now I can be like, oh yeah, share.
Was this at the Abbey Lane house?
Yeah.
I remember that.
And Tyler was just like, yeah, I'm not going to talk much today. I'm kind of sick. Yeah. But he's got a migraine today. Just out of the blue. But I guess
probably
that
too many
happens.
sequels.
Probably too many sequels.
That'll happen.
He probably saw that there's a new Terminator.
Was he watching
movie and was
X-Men
like,
3?
oh my
Yeah.
God.
That'll do it.
So we really hope Tyler gets better, and we hope we see him next week, and y'all can hear him next week. But until then, you can check us out every Thursday in audio form on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher Radio and Spotify. You can check us out live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch every Tuesday. Tune in next week because I believe we're going to try to do our Game of Thrones episode 1 as just the main show for the week. So because Game of Thrones comes out this Sunday.
I better be on that.
If you want. So, subscribe to us on all that. We have a Patreon for $1. You get... Thanks, man. That's our thoughts and prayers.
For $2, you get Dick's nudes.
The $1 tier is the thoughts and prayers tier. And then we got the other tiers. We got the emotional support tier. We have... I can't remember what all our tiers are, but just donate money to us.
$10 a month, he buys you a flu shot.
Hit us up on Patreon. Support us if you choose. I mean, it's totally voluntary. We don't really need it, but it helps out. Yeah. And again, subscribe to us, follow us, watch us live, comment, and we'll interact with you live on the show. And if you haven't already, please check out the Journey into Comics Network. We are part of that. So if you haven't, go subscribe to Journey into Comics. You get all kinds of shows like Brews with Dudes, and all the other shows like Journey into Comics. And you get a show every day of the week. Like it's crazy. They also have a Patreon. Support that if you want. Until then, that is all. I've been Dick. Yeah, you Keegan.
I've been Keegan.
Miranda.
Yeah, you Miranda. And Baxter's over there too. He's chilling.
Start of the show.
He's chilling. But please make every day a big dick day. Bye, guys.